Billie Eilish has one of the smoothest voices in music today, but her life hasn't always been smooth. Most people don't know much about her beyond her music, not even her full name, which is Billie Eilish Pirate Baird O'Connell. That's right, Pirate is her middle name. However, there's a lot more to her than her considerable talent. Coming up are 10 things most people don't know about Billie Eilish. Number 10. Her Instagram page has 70 million followers. That makes it the 36th most followed account on all of Instagram. That puts her ahead of Vin Diesel, David Beckham, NASA, and even Justin Timberlake. She boasts over 400 posts. They include pictures, videos, and commentary on social issues, but more on that later in the video. 70 million is more than the population of Italy and more than the number of people that visit Disneyland in a year. It's more people than have ever watched a World Series game. In short, it's a lot. At least some of her appeal is the open and genuine posts she makes. Either she's very sincere or she fakes it very well. Number 9. She's won a lot, and I mean a lot of awards in her short career. 5 Grammy Awards, 2 American Music Awards, 2 MTV Europe Music Awards, 1 Brit Award, and 3 MTV Video Music Awards. Her debut album was nominated for an astonishing 6 Grammy Awards. In 2020, she swept all 4 of the major categories. That's only happened once before, when Christopher Cross pulled off the same feat in 1981. Eilish is no Beyoncé in terms of total Grammys won, which is 24 if you're scoring at home, but she's off to an amazing start. Number 8. Eilish lives in the Highland Park neighborhood in Los Angeles, California. She lives with her parents, the same parents who once considered taking her to therapy over her obsession with Justin Bieber. Why on earth would anyone be against a Justin Bieber obsession? Today, the two boast very different styles. Eilish is often labeled anti-pop, and I doubt anyone ever called Justin Bieber that. Plus, Bieber is already married to model Hailey Baldwin, so Eilish might want to give up carrying a torch. Just kidding, Billie. Number 7. Billie is usually seen in baggy clothes. This is a deliberate move to fight off both body shaming and slut shaming. As she said in a video produced for Calvin Klein in 2019, she is criticized for being overweight at one point and slut-shamed for wearing a bikini the next. As she said, "I can't win." Billie fought back against the critics by stripping down in the short film Not My Responsibility. The 4-minute film was produced for her Where Do We Go World Tour in March 2020, where it was shown between sets. It was also placed on YouTube, where it's had over 30 million views. And if you think that's controversial, keep watching the rest of this video. Number 6. Despite all that, she graced the cover of the March 2020 Vogue magazine. Vogue, a magazine dedicated to fashion, beauty, culture, living, and supermodels. Vogue, who proudly served the overwhelming minority. Vogue, who have been criticized for contributing to fat shaming in the first place. They chose a vigilant opponent of body shaming to represent them. Growing up, it's something Billie herself never thought would happen. Times sure have changed. Number 5. Avril Lavigne is her hero. Another anti-pop star, Eilish considers the Skater Boy singer the biggest influencer on her career. Lavigne even attended Billie's 18th birthday party. She once posted this message to Lavigne: "Thank you for making me what I am." Both broke into the music business at a young age. It must be great not to only meet your idol, but become friends with them as well. Number 4. She's vegan and an animal rights activist. She even received an award from PETA. She's against dairy, wool, and mink farming. Raised a vegetarian, she became a full vegan at age 13. Though I could never give up a tasty cooked animal, I can certainly respect her dedication and conviction. Growing up, she just couldn't understand how successful celebrities could have major meltdowns or spiral into scandal. As she dealt with her own success, looking back, she realized she had been naive. The bigger I get, the more I'm like, oh my God, of course they had to do that. In my dark places, I've worried that I was going to become the stereotype that everybody thinks every young artist becomes, because how can they not? When I was at my lowest point during the tour in Europe, I was worried I was going to have a breakdown and shave my head. Number 3. She supports Black Lives Matter, the Equal Justice Initiative, NAACP Legal Defense Fund, Color of Change, Bail Project, Campaign Zero, and the ACLU. As she once posted, Black Lives Matter. and I want to use the platform I have to help take meaningful action that will create meaningful change. She hates the phrase, all lives matter. Her response? No one is saying your life doesn't matter. No one is saying your life is not hard. Stop making everything about you. You are not in need. You are not in danger. Among her other analogies was the fire department. When they respond to a fire, no one else shouts about their house not being visited. Those are some controversial causes, to say the least, but Eilish, like the late great Tom Petty, won't back down. Number 2. Billie is strident in her views about the COVID-19 pandemic. She produced a short video on the topic calling those who trivialize or debunk the pandemic irresponsible. She makes a heartfelt plea to everyone to take the virus seriously and follow proper precautions. Her claim, and it's one that resonates, it's not about protecting yourself. It's about protecting other people, especially seniors. She also criticized hoarders. While she admits it's not the apocalypse, it's crystal clear she's a little scared. Number 1. She has Tourette Syndrome, depression, and synesthesia. Not sure what some of these mean? Stay tuned and find out. Billie found success before reaching 18, all while facing the challenge of multiple chronic illnesses. Depression is one of the toughest hurdles a person can face. Sadness is just one part of it. There's a lot more. It steals drive and initiative. It makes even mundane tasks seem insurmountable. Even with medication and therapy, some sufferers are never able to live full and productive lives. Tourette syndrome is often used as fodder for comedy. There's nothing funny about it. A condition that dates back as far as recorded history, some historians believe Roman Emperor Claudius may have been another sufferer. For a singer to suffer from it would cause nightmares in most people. Fortunately, for Eilish, her symptoms are physical, not vocal. Eilish kept her condition hidden for years because, as she said, I just never wanted people to think of Tourette's every time they think of me. In another interview for The Fader, Billie said her tics can throw people off. Something as simple as cocking one's neck or making a strange gesture can have a big impact on other people's reactions. Eilish can control her symptoms much of the time, but once she lets go, they become far worse. Ever the optimist, she admits it could be a lot worse. For that, she's grateful. Imagine seeing a stop sign and tasting orange, or smelling a violet and hearing a harp play, or even hearing a friend's name and feeling cold water on your hand. Then imagine it happens exactly the same way every single time. That's synesthesia. It's a mental condition so unusual it's hard to believe it's not a work of fiction. It's real. Usually appearing by age 7, synesthesia can cause problems learning. If the letters you're trying to read are in different colors only you can see, it can make learning harder. Even some doctors admit the brain of a synesthesia patient are just wired differently than everyone else's. The disease runs in families, so a genetic component is highly likely. For Eilish, this means she literally sees her music. For her, I think visually first with everything I do, and also I have synesthesia, so everything that I make I'm already thinking of what color it is, and what texture it is, and what day of the week it is, and what number it is, and what shape. These handicaps, especially depression, can be completely debilitating to some. Fortunately, Billie found a way to move forward and succeed at her dreams. She's truly an inspiration. Like this page? Give us a subscribe.